What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geekout podcast. Another episode of us brothers giving you our thoughts on pop culture and movies and comic books and some real world stuff as well. Guys, as always, check the description. If you want to get straight to the Geek Out news, it's in the description and the timestamp. You can check the segments that we got. You can skip to different timestamps and parts of the show or whatever if you want to skip all the personal stuff. So check the description if you want to get straight to the Geek Out news. It will be the first thing in the timestamp. But on that note, man, shit, Gibbs, how you doing, bro? How's the week been so far?
Yeah, good, bro. It's been busy. Busy weekend. Alara turned 5 as well. So, but I missed out gym for 2 days, which is basic. Because now that I've got into like kind of a routine and a regime and following a good regime as well, I feel like in the past 4 weeks I've noticed a little bit of change in my energy levels, my back pain as well. So I'm gonna go in tomorrow. I'm meant to be in the office tomorrow, but basically I'm gonna work from home and then go in on Thursday, so I can just run in and do that first session, and then it will just keep me going. But yeah, Alara's 5 years old. Gone by so quick, bro, man. Unbelievable. She's grown two
I
inches
know.
taller.
I love that you did that. I
Mashallah.
love that you got the little measuring thing. Inshallah, one day I'm gonna do something similar as well. That's awesome to
Yeah,
have.
I wish I did it when she was 1 though, but she couldn't stand then. So anyway, it's fine. It's gonna be hard because when I let go of this place, that's like my reminder, isn't it? It's right there.
I
I'm
know.
gonna
What you should
forget that.
do when you do move one day, inshallah, to a bigger place,
Cut that
just
thing out.
yeah, cut it. But measure it. Measure it. Get a measuring tape and make sure you just mark it. So when you get to a new place, you could just mark it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what? I'll keep that in mind. Definitely keep that in mind.
yeah.
But yeah, other than that, all good. We have got loads to talk about. We had a screening of Mean Girls, the new movie, the musical, which came out last week. Shout outs to Atia, our sister, who is going to be one of the members of the team to go check out all the screenings. As I said, I'm going to work smarter this year, have people help out and go to the screenings. But we could talk about that a little bit later on. We've got more stuff coming up as well. I've done 2 guest podcasts. We had Jessica, who's a poet, writer, cosplayer, and then we had Vincent Jerome, who's an actor who's on BBC's TV show called Waterloo Road. But he's been in movies like Wonder Woman and Transformers as in the background actor, which was really good. It's good to catch up with him. We talked about Daredevil's Born Again comic book. So I read that over the weekend. He read it. He finds it the best comic book ever. It's his superhero. So we did a bit of deep dive in that. So guys, the episodes will come out next week. I'm gonna space it out a little bit more, but those are the first 2 guests of 2024, which was absolutely good. I know I haven't been pushing out much stuff, but as I said, working smarter, not harder, and we'll get stuff out there. But it's always nice to see you guys message and tell us about how you guys are enjoying the episodes. But I'm all right. I'm as I said, I'm trying to look for work as well, bro. Like I'm trying. I need to get out there, something different, something that's going to be more convenient for family life. I think that's important to me right now. I do not want to be stuck in a place where I'm not going to get enough time with the kids. And Nia's at an age now where she's developing really quickly as well. And this is for the dads out there. Like I'm grateful for what our dad did at his time and the struggles and the pain he went through to look after 4 kids, because I'm feeling it. I feel it because I don't get, I go away from, like today, I was away on a meeting for a couple of hours. But that a 2-hour drive there, 2-hour drive back, I see them and it's like, oh man, I miss you. And she's already changed. We fixed her. She got a larger cot now as well. So it's like everything's just expanding. And it's like, it's making me think about the next move has to be the last move, depending on where we go, what happens, and how I progress in this time. But I know the hardships of fatherhood, and to all the dads out there, shout outs to all the dads and mums, because I know how hard the work is when you're by yourself as well. Like the decision of moving out and not having other people try and help, and you try and juggle 1,001 things, and then you get back and it's tiring, bro. I should have went to the gym. That's the honest truth. It's bugging me. It's really bugging me, because I've kept it in routine. But other than that, yeah, it's been good, bro. I can't complain. What can I do? More progress And I actually got to watch some TV past couple of days. Bro, last week I didn't watch Nathan. The TV, non-existent. But then, yesterday, day before, got to slap on stuff, and we'll talk about it a bit later on. But to all the dads, parents that go through the hardships of parenthood and the times we're living in right now, bro. The times we're living in right now in the UK is extortionate, absolute rip-off. The tax we pay on shit. We pay tax on tax on tax on tax. Basically, I ain't got nothing left by the end of the month because they take everything on tax. Okay. Yeah. So it's a difficult one, bro. It's a difficult one.
Yeah.
But other than
No.
that, in general, health is getting there. I'm on my journey. It's nice to be doing some kickboxing again, stretching and kicking. And I know that my right leg is not as sustainable as it was when I was in my teenage years, but it's nice. My hips are hurting, but I can feel a bit more movement coming back into me, and I'm feeling the love and buzz for it again. And I think that's what it is that being continued on it. I think before, when I was going to the gym, I didn't do nothing, bro. I did a bit of cardio and did some weights and I blurted, but where I'm following this plan that I got, I think it was like 10, 15 years ago when I used to work for Olympus. And when I bought some PT lessons at the time when I joined the gym there, this guy wrote out a plan for me because of my back problems. And I was suffering, I can't believe I was suffering that back then. And it's wicked, bro, because now as much as I go through chronic pain, I'm not feeling it as much because the training that I'm doing around it is helping. So movement, man, is so important, man. It's so key that we continue to move around, continue to do things, and go out of your comfort zone and do some stuff as well. Like I was doing lunges, I think it was last week. Fucking hate lunges, bro. But I realized the strength that it was giving my core. I realized the strength it was giving on my thighs, my booty, and that's where I need to put that strength because it's supporting my lower back, and that's what I need to be cautious on, definitely.
Yeah,
But yeah,
you know what who you should follow on that? You should follow the knees over toes guys and start doing
yeah,
that stuff because I know your knees are a bit messed up. So just
mm-hmm.
follow him on Instagram. He has short little clips that you can watch and you can be like, oh, I'm gonna try that exercise next week. Some of them are very simple, and I think you should definitely incorporate some of that stuff, especially for your knees. I was gonna say, like, I've seen some of your kicks and whatnot. You still got it. Like you're more like Van Damme and kickboxer where you got that tip tap shit. And that can work. That can work to like if you throw kicks like a jab and whatnot, you got it, but your kicks are very smooth, very straight and whatnot. Obviously, I've been doing Muay Thai for a long time now, and it's all about power. It's about putting that hip in there. But
Yeah.
there is room for that tip tap sort of stuff. I was saying when I'm back next time, we should do some pad work. We should do some drills. We should do some pad work.
Yeah.
But keep it up,
Definitely.
man. Keep it up.
No,
Yeah.
definitely. How are you feeling anyway? Have you recovered, bro?
So, bro, yes, I have. I mean, got a little bit of cough left. So thank
Yeah.
God, I think being back into routine was the main thing. Getting my diet back on track, and London and home is home, but London is grimy. Where we live is grimy, and you're compact with so many people. So it's cold, it's grimy, there's so many people, and that's why I just get sick there for some reason, man. So when I'm here, and don't get me wrong, I honestly, I feel like living in London, my immune system gets challenged, and I think you need that constantly to get your immune system stronger and whatnot. In here, I'm less around people. Where I live is less people. Yes, I drive in to sit at the gym, so I do have that contact. Yes, we go out on the weekend, but we avoid sort of busy places. And Dubai generally is a bit cleaner than London or whatnot. But coming back here, bro, I took last week off to get back into routine. Sleep was shit, but I didn't train. I got back into to just try and get back into my diet a little bit and just recover. I did do some bit of yoga last week and just felt my lungs burning. But man, yesterday I was really wanting to get back into routine this week, and I did. Today, after this podcast, that's another day successful of routine, from diet to training to work to everything. And it's just a great success. Yesterday I was just nervous the whole day, like, routine. I gotta wake up at this time. I gotta do my morning routine, get in the cold plunge and get it outside, do some earthing and get some sun, all that shit. And you're like, I don't want to do it. I had jiu-jitsu last night, and I was like, my cardio is gonna kill me. And I did it. And the success I felt after I was done, I was like, man, this is amazing. I felt great. And then today it starts again. Wake up in the morning. I slept a bit shit yesterday, but it was like, oh, okay, get up, G, get up. Let's go do the earth thing. Let's get some sun. Let's come back, do the cold plunge. I don't want to do it every day. I don't want to do it, but every day I succeed. After this podcast, it's a successful day. You know, I finished training. You know, today I had to push myself a little bit more. This week I'm gonna slowly get back into it, and next week just kind of get stronger. But with the training, is you know, it's just good to be back. And what I realized at that gym, you know, like which I felt really good. I actually know a lot of people there. Like people really cool there. Like I figured, like I don't know anyone there, but yesterday at jiu-jitsu class, like at least 12 people were like, "Hey brother, how are you?" And we were like talking and whatnot. And I was like, "Yeah, actually I know these people." And today in MMA, there's a few people that I train with. They're like, "Hey, how you doing?" and whatnot. And I'm like, you know what? I actually do know people there. So I'm actually enjoying it. I mean, listen, today I trained with this 13-year-old boy. I am his age. I am 3 times his age, right? He's slightly bigger than me and whatnot, and he's just got cardio and power for days. I'm like, you little bastard, I can't keep up with you guys. But it motivates me to try and keep up
Yeah,
with his speed and whatnot. But man, these guys, I'm training with kids, literally 17-year-olds, this 13-year-old, and I'm like, I'm trying to keep up with you. The fact is, my body is getting old, but it's like I'm gonna try and keep it up and whatnot. But I'm just very happy that today's gonna be another successful day. And by the
that's
time I
good.
get to the end of the week, I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be a successful week. And then Sunday, when I do chill, I'll be like, yes, you earned this. So I feel
Mm.
good. It's the first time I've been back in routine in 4 weeks. So I just want to get back into that routine of things, man, and just keep it going, keep the health going, keep the body strong, and you know, just keep the diet going as well, which is awesome. So yeah, I've been good, bro. I have been good and just trying to enjoy Dubai a little bit as well since we're back here and whatnot. I miss the
That's good.
family like
Hmm.
crazy. I miss the kids. I miss Nia. I miss Isla so much, man. So much. I think about them all the time. But you know, hopefully them lot are gonna looking to come out in April sometimes, and I'm looking to come back in the summertime. But you know, it was
You'll
good to
see
be
them, bro.
home.
You'll see them.
Yeah.
It's good to have you home. It was a busy Christmas, and it was a good Christmas. It's always full of memories and fun times. You know what I mean? So you'll see them more, bro. Honestly, you'll see them more.
Yeah, no, listen, I've got a
It's all
game
good.
plan. I've got a game plan. I've got something in place where, like I said, I want to come home often and I want to make that happen. So inshallah, in the next couple of years, that's the plan. But yeah, look, man,
Let's jump in. Let's
let's
jump
jump
in.
in.
Let's
Look, as
jump in. Let's do this.
always, real world issues. And again, free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine. It's been, listen, man, it's been a lot going on this week, and I know I want to talk to you in a bit because you went to a protest or whatnot. So we'll get to that in a second. But just a quick couple updates from what I've been seeing, and obviously, listen, man. South Africa put that case against Israel. I watched it like it was a pay-per-view event, like I was really into it and whatnot. They were here. Listen, bro, I know we all into this superhero shit. I love it. They were looking at that South African lawyer, the group of lawyers and whatnot that put, they were superheroes. I
Yeah,
felt
definitely.
goosebumps when I saw them. I saw like the Avengers, man. They were heroes, and you know what? The case they put together was amazing. And not that I know anything about that shit, but all that shit that we post on social media, all of that, bro, that it was not to waste because they used all of it. And all the shit that the Israeli government people, not just the soldiers, because they done an amazing job of just capturing all the shit that the government said that was genocidal from everything, and then trickling it down and showing videos like, yeah, you government people said this, and this is how your soldiers reacted, and they were dancing and singing about the genocidal act. It was amazing, bro. Like again, guys, listen to like Chris, listen to the segment. It's on online
Yeah,
everywhere. The
yeah, yeah. It's
mainstream
everywhere.
media, as bullshit as they are, always biased. Corporate media didn't go live on the South African one, but they did go live on the Israeli defense, which was whatever, man. Like same shit. They just blamed Hamas. I think someone done a count and they mentioned Hamas like 101 times or over 130 times or something like that. Right. So their story was the same. But listen to the South Africa one. It's on YouTube and whatnot. It was absolutely amazing. And if you want to get breakdowns or whatnot, again, listen to Norman Finkelstein, listen to Crystal and Saga break it down, listen to Mark Lamont Hill, they break it
Hmm.
down. Check them guys out. It's just absolutely amazing that you have been following. And then, you know, so freaking superheroes there. And then, you know, unfortunately, what happened to Yemen? You know, Yemen is
Mm.
one of the poorest countries in the Middle East. They're the only one that actually made an impact, right? They were fighting against genocide, they were not allowing any of the Israeli shipping things to come through the Red Sea. They did not kill a single person, right? They did not kill a single person with what they were doing, but they were impacting global traffic with the shipping, and ultimately caused an economic sort of crisis or whatnot for Israel and some of the Europe and whatnot. But they did not kill a single human being. So what does the US and the UK do? They start going out and bombing them. They bombed Yemen and whatnot. But you know what? Those people are built different, and they're like, bring it on, fuck it. And you know what? War is disgusting, but look at the difference, man. These people did not kill anyone, and they're fighting against a genocide. They just said, have a ceasefire. And you know, when they had a little bit of a ceasefire earlier on, they actually didn't do anything. Yemen were like, cool, we're chilling now. And then Israel started bombing Palestine again. So Yemen's like, we're back on board again, right? All you have to do is call a ceasefire. But what the US and UK showed is that they care more about the global Europe economy and shipping containers than they do about the human beings in Gaza, the babies and the women and the innocent human beings. That's why they went and bombed Yemen. So listen, man, Loki put an amazing video out there, and he said something amazing. I pull it on my thing. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he just basically said, if you're bombing a country or group of people who are defending, who's trying to stop a genocide, and you're bombing them, you are not the good guys. And you know what, bro?
They're not the good guys, bro.
They're not the
We live in
good
a country.
guys.
They're not the good guys.
Hell
They're not,
no.
and they're not, and then they're not in it for the people. They are in it for their own motives and own money that they make out of it. They are puppets in a larger plan, and we know that now. And I think people know that as well. And I'm starting to see people in the news starting questioning very, very, very intelligent questions. They're trying to get it in the mainstream, but they won't. I know it's hard. They're gonna get blocked on it, but they're punks, bro. Sorry to say. And you know, if you're from
100%.
them states, and I've gone through a fair amount of abuse in the past couple of days because I went to that protest, and you know, I've been blocking, I've been deleting, and it's a sick world we live in. But there are some people that agree with what's happening, and it's heartbreaking to see, bro. Heartbreaking to see.
All people are asking is like, stop killing innocent humans, stop killing babies, and
Yeah.
everyone's just making excuses for allowing that to happen. The last thing I'll finish on, just want to make a point, and then I'll hand it over to you to talk about the protest you went to and some of the censorship we've gone through and whatnot. Is one thing like I'm finding very difficult is like I'm using Joe Rogan as an example because I love listening to his podcast. He's my guy, always is my always go-to. But what I find difficult is everyone's listening to the mainstream media about this whole conflict, right? And believing what they're saying, right? All the mainstream corporate media. But when it came to COVID a couple of years, Rogan was one of the guys who was like, the mainstream media is full of shit. They lost credibility. With COVID, if you spoke against the vaccine, you know, the mainstream media publicized the vaccine because they were getting sponsorship. But anyone who spoke against the vaccine will be censored, will be blocked, you lose your job, all this sort of shit, right? And Rogan was all over that. Now, in this case, the same shit is happening if you speak about free Palestine. You get censored, you get blocked, you lose your job, and the mainstream media is pushing one agenda. But again, like someone like Rogan, he's not catching on to that. It's like, why did you discourage the mainstream media? Why did you discourage people
He can't.
getting thing? But with COVID, but when it comes to this situation, it's the same thing, but with Palestine, but you're not seeing that.
He
You know what I
can't.
mean?
He can't,
So
bro. It's as bad as to say, and I know we take massive inspiration from what he did to implement in what we do. He's on the payroll, bro. He
it's
is on the payroll, which is a shame. He's trying to support everything that he does in his life and the rest of it, but bro, he's on the payroll, man. And you
it's
know, remember
disappointing.
the famous saying from Bronx Tale, bro? He don't. Do you think he cares? Is he
Yeah.
paying your bills? No. And that scene will forever be stuck with me. And like it's amazing I get these great opportunities to meet some of the people that I've met. And I know some of these people are standing up for different sides and the rest of it. But at least they're honest and they put it out there. You know what I mean? He's on the payroll, bro. It's a shame to say. He's
Listen,
on the
you'll
payroll, bro.
never, I'll net you listen. The fact is, you'll never agree with everyone 100%. He's still my guy,
Exactly.
though. I listen to him. He's my go-to podcast. Every time I'm driving to the gym, I listen to his stuff.
Yeah.
Always, because I still love everything else he talks about. But in that case, I don't
It's
agree
in
with
that
it.
case, but it's censorship, bro. I mean, as you can see, I'm going through it myself on Instagram. You know, they don't want to, because I've got a page where you can pay for content and the rest of it, and it's where I can make a little bit of money to just get by. They've stopped it, bro. Meta don't cover the processing charges on the Gaza relief that we've been doing for on our channels. And a massive thank you to everybody that donated in the past couple of days, because we had a target of like 80 quid and you've given us almost 200 quid. It's not us. I mean, it's going to a good cause, but I cannot stop thanking you guys. Somebody gave a large amount, and I'm grateful to you, bro. I will pray and have you in my du'as for what you've done. But even with putting up the footage I did, and it's a humanity thing, bro. I'm talking about saving. We can't save him. It's too late now. We've lost too much, bro. You know, that protest, bro, was overwhelming. I came to tears at one point. You had an 8-year-old boy on the microphone, you know, screaming, talking. How can we lose so much? I'm 8 years old and I'm hearing that kids my age are gone. They didn't even have a chance. Fucking, I was in tears, bro. Like, heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. But I'm so proud of him that he doesn't want to see people die, bro. He doesn't want to see innocence. He goes, I'm a kid. The fact that I know they are killing people out there is insane. You know, you can't even. And then you had, you know, Hussam Zomlat, who was there as well, who gave a speech. Bro, I was in tears again. You can't hold back, you know, when he's talking about what's happening to his people. But seeing us all come together, you know, thousands, bro, thousands. It was immense, bro. It was like, it's a beautiful moment of people united and together. It doesn't matter what religion they're from. They're Jewish. There was Muslims. There was Christians. There were, you know,
Atheists and anyone, right? Human
atheists.
beings.
Yeah,
Human
human
beings
beings.
were there.
Human
That's
beings
it.
together, bro. Bro, it was inspiring, tear-jerking, emotional. That vibe, when you feel that vibe and you're walking with people, it's such a proud moment that I could do that, because over the past couple of weeks, yeah, it's been hurting. I can't look at footage no more, bro. I can't look at footage no more. It's not about taking sides no more, bro. It's about saving people. Saving people.
I don't
Come
think
on,
we ever
man.
took sides. Like again, I always go by what Norman Finkelstein said. I'm just taking the side of truth and humanity. And I'm not just, I know I'm just contradicting myself about not taking side, but it's just about humanity, man. If it
Mm.
was the other way around, and you know, they were killing all the people in Israel, it would be our responsibility to be doing the same thing and going out there protesting and asking for a ceasefire or whatever. Listen, that will never happen because of the way this world is, right? So it's okay for the brown people to die, but not the other way. But I'm just saying, if it was the other way, it's our responsibility to do the same and ask for a ceasefire and protest and talk out for humanity. No matter who the people is, it's always about humanity.
But this has now gone to a higher stake now, where it's come to a point now where it's not about the government or people. There's a different agenda here, bro. Like, after South Africa put that case forward, and after Israel came up there, and I mean, talking the same shit. Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. Every interview I see, you know, they go back to using human shields and they go back to October. Shut the fuck up. Like, I'm surprised some presenters haven't just said, shut the fuck up. You know, and it's always condemning that side. And we've all said it. It's such a fucked up thing to happen. But the response, bro, has a different agenda to it completely. I can't even listen to them no more because it's fucking repeating the same shit over again. And it's like, I can't hear you guys, right? Now you sound, and the thing is, it's affecting other people now. People are starting to just say, like, what the fuck? You keep repeating the same shit. Shut the fuck up and give us a straight answer about what the fuck you guys are doing. Sorry about my bad language on this one, but it's been annoying. That's why I can't watch it no more. It's sickening to watch it. And the way they talk about the Palestinian people, the way they talk about things, and the way they're supposed to be the most advanced military people in one of the most advanced, yeah? But you guys are just on some slaughtering shit now. This is some fucked up thing, bro. It's insane. I saw a footage of a kid and I was fucking tearing up so badly because I was like, I can't see this footage no more. I want to share this and let people know, but I have to be smart in the way I do this now because it could escalate to different things. Like I got racist attacks on some of the posts that I put up. Instagram blocked those videos or whatever. I don't give a shit about the money. It's not about that. It's about getting the message out there. There are some racists out there. We live in that world. Nothing has changed. People keep saying, "Yeah, we've changed." Bro, my man Martin Luther King Jr. did so much, yeah, to get that equality, to have that change. We're still battling it now, bro. We're still battling it. Systematical racism, and it's happening on a larger scale in another world. And remember Sudan, remember Congo. There's all sorts of shit going on, but nobody. I don't know how it's come to a point where people are like, fuck it, man, go back to your country. Like I'm living in that era still when somebody says, go back to your country. And I'm like, I want to fight back and say, like, bro, I'm not even Palestinian. I just want to protect human beings from anything that I've learned from reading comic books and living life is to protect one another. We live in a sick world, bro, and there's a lot of people that are sick in their head and still racist. We still live in that. I don't care what people say. They say we moved on. We haven't moved on. We still have fucking hundreds of years to go through because now my main worry is protecting those kids to make sure that they don't have to go through what we went through, what we go through on a systematical, I'll get pulled over because I look like a drug dealer or, or your name, it matches somebody else. Well, I can't even get into which I'm sorting out now. It'd be fine now. But back then I couldn't even get into the States because my name is Mohammed. So you can already tell, like, there's nothing going to change, bro. I feel like I have hope, but racism is always going to be there. And it's systematically taught and it's taught through. We've got another century to go through before it's kind of wiped out because then there won't be, and I shouldn't say
These
it.
old
And that
fucks.
sounds bad.
No, you're
We
right.
all mixing,
I mean,
bro. We're mixing.
yeah, no, but
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think I was gonna say the same thing. I think you're talking about a century. Like it's gonna be because these young generation now, as you know, you can criticize them for the wokeness and not as being as hard as the old school generation. There's you got different criticisms, but the one thing for sure, they are open to information. There's a lot of young generation now that's seeing the truth of what's happening out there, and they're out there protesting. You got the young Jewish brothers and sisters in the Jewish Voice for Freedom or something like that, or for peace or something like that. Loads of them are Jews, and they're always constantly out there saying, "Not in our name, not in our name." But again, I know they're gonna what the higher ups or the politicians or whatever they're gonna try and do. They're always gonna try and buy people, so they're gonna make sure the right people are in charge, whether it be the racists and the warmongering motherfuckers. But the generation will change, but it's going to take time. It's going to take a long time. Yes, we are supposed to be in the most civilized, highly technological era of human beings.
Bullshit.
But
It's
it's
all
all
bullshit.
bullshit. There is racism and all
bullshit.
that shit. It still exists. I mean, from
It's
the
bullshit.
moment you're justifying babies being blown up, babies being left in incubators and shit like that, and being fucking like maggots and shit going on because that's what's happened. The moment you justify shit like that, it's disgusting, right? So you got to really think about yourself because that's disgusting, and no one's justifying what happened on October 7th. But the fact of the matter is, the fact, and it's been disproven, all the shit that they said, babies being beheaded, 40 babies that all being debunked, right? From the numbers going from 2,000 to 1,200 people, from finding out the IDF killed their own people, right? All of it has been debunked. Yes, some shit happened, that's facts, right? But the babies and shit, all lies. And do you know what the crazy thing is? Because the fucking mainstream media immediately ran with that, so it dehumanized the Palestinian, made them look like savages so we can go kill. The mainstream media ran with that story. After it was debunked, none of them cunts, the mainstream medias, ran back with the story and said, guys, there was a mistake, right? None of them did. So there's people out there that still think that 40 babies were beheaded. The people are still throwing it out there. And I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Those people who publish that will not sleep for a long time, bro.
Well,
Will
Sudan,
not sleep for a long time.
sorry, South Africa and that again, they're fucking heroes. I don't give a fuck.
Mm.
They're actually, I think they're suing or getting UK, and they're charging UK and US to with the genocide, of course, because they've been supporting it. I can't remember the exact words or whatnot. They're fucking serious. But this is an ethnic. I'm being real. These are black people, colored people who are standing up without violence towards the colonizing motherfuckers. I'm sorry, like I'm not, you know, I mean, straight up, you don't get this, bro. US, UK, and Israel, South Africa taking you to court. They're not declaring war like you look like doing, like bombing and killing and murdering innocent people. No, they're not doing that. They're taking you to international law, to court that was put together after World War II and the atrocities that happened there. And they're using that. If this shit means anything, I'm using it against you. Who the fuck does that, man? Fucking shout outs to South Africa. Bunch of fucking heroes, man. We talk
Oh,
about
no,
comic book
honestly.
shit all day, and we will be in later. Those are fucking heroes right there. And they're not looking to kill a single human being.
No, they're doing it, and they're going with the system that they put in place. So listen, man, I'm rooting for them, bro. I'm rooting for them, and I'm praying for the guys in South Africa. I'm praying for the guys in Palestine. Free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine, man. Yeah. Listen, man, my heart goes out to those. They're resilient people. We are resilient people. We are resilient people, bro. And what people don't remember is what we did in the Second World War as well, and what the Russians did in the Second World War. You know, like what we did so much, bro. Our people have done so much. So it's time for them, if they're gonna play the smart game and they're gonna do this properly. Listen, man, I'm rooting for them, man. Because if they're gonna take them to town, bro, I can't wait to see that. And it's gonna take time, but we need something bigger to happen for them to say, you know what, we need them to stop the killing, bro. There's 250 people dying every day now, displaced. Bro, it's horrible. I cannot believe I'm talking about this. You know, 10,000 kids, more than 10,000 kids. And these are not even the right numbers. Wait till they get people out of the rubble and go through all of that shit, man. But you're creating more hate. And I feel like that's a bit of the structure of what they want to do. You know, you poison people's minds with something. And Western media have done that with people like us for so long, bro. But they haven't seen how resilient we are, bro. And you know, the beautiful things that are gonna come out of this, bro. But you know, justice, bro, justice, pure justice, bro. The amount of people I met on that day as well. You guys are my superheroes on the march. Praise to all of you guys. And thank you for some of the people that have subscribed to the channel and started listening to the podcast that I met there as well. And you know, it's amazing to see the amount of people that went there and showed support. So yeah, no, definitely free Palestine, bro. Let's get this
Free
on the road.
Palestine. Free Palestine. All right, man. Let's move on into the geeky news, man. So the first segment, things we have watched. So on the way back, I watched a movie called Ride On, Jackie Chan movie, bro, the one that we've been talking about. Now, remember there was that clip that went viral of Jackie
Yeah.
Chan watching himself doing stunts, and he was crying, and it was a very emotional scene. And then
Yeah.
someone told us it was fake. It's real. It's from that movie.
It's from that
Bro,
film. It's
if
from
you're
that film,
a
but it's not his. Yeah.
if you're a Jackie Chan fan, you need to watch this movie. So this movie is dedicated to all the kung fu stuntmen. It is dedicated to Jackie Chan, and it's a movie kind of talking about, like, almost him telling everyone that I'm getting old and I'm not that guy anymore. But they show scenes, and he follows a lot of cameos, and you could say Easter eggs from every classic movie. Project A, Police Story, Operation Condor 1 and 2, all the old school ones, even Rush Hour, every movie where he done a deadly stunt, man, he pays homage to those movies. And I think what he's trying to say to everyone is, I'm not this guy no more, I'm old. And that's what the movie was about. And then, the movie had an underlying story of his daughter, this horse that he had. He was a stunt man in this movie. He spoke about things about, in our days, we just action, jump, hospital. He say these sort of things. He said these in interviews. He even said it in these movies. So it was, but if you're a Jackie Chan fan, you need to watch it, man. It was so emotional. And that scene, honestly, when you watch it live, when you watch it in the movie, and he's basically, his daughter's watching him, his daughter in the movies watching him doing these stunts from Police Story and all these sort of movies where he's just injuring himself, hurting himself, and he's crying. They're both crying, and she's like, "My dad's so cool," and I got so fucking emotional, man. This is Jackie Chan. I love this fucking dude. Bro, you have to watch it, man. It's so fucking good, and like I said, it is it's a homage to him, man, or stuntman in general, but him, man, the when you get the Easter eggs of all the other movies, you just geek out. You're like, fuck, that was a great movie. I'm on this whole Jackie Chan thing, man. We're gonna talk about it in this week's retro movie review. It's gonna be a Jackie Chan movie, but such a great movie, man. Jackie Chan is a legend. It is heartbreaking to see he is getting old. He's still got it in the movie, man. He still does movements and martial arts and whatnot, but he just can't do those same stunts that he did. And if you think about those movies, man, like I said, the Police Story and the Operation Condor, I think Operation Condor is the one where he jumps from Armor of God. I think the first one was called Armor of God, and the second one, Operation Condor, if I remember correctly. He jumps off onto a tree, falls all the way down, he smashes his head.
Yeah.
Well, Police Story, when he jumps on the pole and he swings all the way down. You got, I think it was Project A, where he jumped off the clock tower. Just for, bro, this guy put himself through it, and this movie was just a kind of remembrance of everything that he's done, and just being like, man, I'm not that guy no more, man. It's heartbreaking to see. Watch it, bro, please. As a Jackie Chan
No,
fan,
I will do. It's on something. I'll watch it, definitely. I'll check it out. Yeah.
The website I told you, I ain't gonna say it, bro. It's a secret website. Check it on that. It should be on that with subtitles.
No, I'll definitely check that out. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
The other thing that I watched was Crisis on Infinity Earth Part 1.
What did you think?
So first of all, is this canon to new DC Studios, or is this elsewhere stories, or what is
No,
this?
so I think this is continued from the DC animations that have come out recently.
Okay, so you know what? Okay, I'm gonna start off with some criticism, right? First I did enjoy it, but let me start off with some criticism first. I didn't really like the animation style. They changed it, and it felt like an old Cartoon Network type animation. The previous animation was different. There was a different kind of tone to it, and a different time. Listen, I'm not an artist, so I can't really say it, but from my opinion, the best way I can explain this had a Cartoon Network type of outline and borders to the character and plainness to the characters. Whereas before, I think there was a bit more detail and there was a better shading, and it just didn't look Cartoon Networkish. That's the best way I can explain it. So that's my one criticism. Other than that, story was great. It was. Have you seen it? Did you get a chance to watch it?
No, I haven't had the chance. I'm gonna probably watch it tomorrow.
So the story was great. Obviously, but there's a part 2 coming out, whatnot. Obviously, it's based around Flash. I don't want to spoil it too much or whatnot, but there was some geek out moments going into different universes. There was, I don't want to spoil it too much, man, but they basically, and again, I don't know all the characters, but
You could spoil it because I've read the comic book, so
okay.
I don't know if it's going to be page for page, but I'll understand a little bit. But yeah, no, go for it, man. Let people know, man.
He was in this one world where Superman was called Ultraman and whatnot, and they were just a bunch of dicks, basically.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, you guys
like Syndicate.
Yeah, like exactly. And their world was like, yeah, this is our world. We save it. We save it in our ways, and they're just fucked up and whatnot. But basically, there's this whole what is it, man? A force field or whatever that's just destroying universes and whatnot.
The matter,
The matter, yes, exactly. So So basically, all these superheroes from different universes and all of them just come in together. And what I loved about this is they were not there to fight. They were there to use their abilities to figure out how to stop this matter. And you're talking about some of the smartest individuals and all the scientists within the DCUs, and then the powerful beings to be there to create the apparatus or whatever you call it that the scientists think of and how to stop this thing. So that I thought was pretty cool. Like they're not there to fight this matter. They're actually there to use their abilities to create a process or whatever it is to stop this matter. And there was such a sense of urgency through this whole animation. You felt the sense of urgency. You felt the sense of urgency with the Flash because he's the one going through the different timelines and seeing this matter destroying certain Earths and whatnot. He lost Iris in one of the Earths, and to him, and from his perspective, he's feeling it, he's seeing it, he knows the danger of what is happening, where the rest is just hearing about it and whatnot. So no, I think they've done a great job with the story and a great job with expressing the urgency and the seriousness of this in this DC universe, animation universe and whatnot. So I really enjoyed it. I just wish something was wrong with the animation, in my opinion. Like they took a different approach. I still watched it. I still watched it. I didn't mean it. I don't think it was shit that I was like, I'm not gonna watch it because it looks like fucking Cartoon Network. No, to me, I prefer the animation that they've had previously, but I genuinely enjoyed it. I have not read the comics, but I enjoyed this.
No, that's good. That's good. I'll check it out. Hopefully I get to catch it tomorrow. But yeah, it's based off the comic book. There is a part 2 coming out. I can't remember when, but guys, it's already available for digital download now. Physical copies come out end of the month. So yeah, definitely check that out if you're a DC fan and you love the comic book. You'll enjoy this, definitely. I'm sure I'll enjoy it as well. I'm sure the animation. I mean, for me, depending on the style, you know me, man. I'm all about artwork, so I'll see it and then I'll let you know. Definitely talk about it on the next episode.
Definitely. And I'm not saying this shit because I appreciate the artist and whatnot. I'm just saying for my preference, I prefer the old ones compared to this one. But anyway, it was good. Cool. The other thing I finished watching was The Brother's Son, our Netflix show with
I
Michelle.
still
You
need
know
to
what?
watch that. Yeah.
So good, so good. Me and Ash started it in London together. It's so entertaining. It's fun. It's comedy. It's got this martial art vibe to it, and great action scene. Those martial art guys on YouTube, I can't remember their names, but they're part of it. So the choreographing's really well. It's got this whole triad element to it, so the whole gangster element to it. There's this brotherhood and family element to it, and it's all in a great story, but all kind of like merged together with a bit of humor and comedy and whatnot, and relatable characters and everything. And then again, there's just two brothers basically, which is amazing. This family dynamics. So very entertaining show. I would say check it out, kids. Very you get into it straight away. And you know, looks like they're setting up a season 2 and whatnot. But I found that to be an entertaining show.
No, definitely, I'll check that out.
Cool. The last thing I watched for this week was Echo. I was able to binge through it. So you've only seen episode 1, right?
1 and 2.
1 and 2. So I'm not going to spoil it. But what I'm going to say, let's spoil the shit out of episode 1. How good was that episode, bro? Bro, how good was that episode? You got Daredevil in there, which was an awesome fight scene. And the star of this whole thing is Kingpin. Kingpin's and D'Onofrio's performance as Kingpin is so good. Bro, listen, to my opinion, right? I'm putting it up there with Heath Ledger's Joker. Now that's legendary. Before people go crazy, that's a legendary performance. And when you watch that movie, The Dark Knight, really, you just want to see more Heath Ledger's Joker. Like, fucking, I don't want to see Batman. Give me more of that. Like, he made that character and the performance so good, you just want to see that. I'm putting it in that perspective. I just want to see more Kingpin. Like, I want to see a Kingpin show, bro. Because his performance is so good, and there's so much that goes through his head and whatnot, that his performance is so good. But that fight scene, that little intro and that fight scene with Echo and Daredevil was really fucking cool, right?
No, bro. I wasn't even expecting it because you know what? The story of Echo is a new character to us, and I love what they've done and how they've done it and how they've put, you know, their background, their story, their culture, what it means to them, man. It's fucking amazing to see that, you know, that part of it. It means the world to them and to us to see that culture thrive and to see their own superhero. You know, that shit is amazing, bro. Inclusive, woke, whatever people would call it, it's amazing to just see it. When Daredevil came into that scene, bang, I was moist, bro. I was like, yeah, man.
So
he just there came with the thing. He was using his batons more. I was like, this is moist. Fight scene was really good, bro. Choreographed very well. And then she got me in the zone. You know, Kingpin is probably the second best villain in the MCU. No, he is the best second villain in the MCU. And because we know more about him, he's grown. We've seen him from the Netflix shows, Hawkeye, and now we're getting him in Echo, and we're going to get him in Daredevil Born Again. So he's just going to grow as a character. But it's interesting after reading Born Again and having that episode with Vincent that the character of what Frank Miller put in is getting represented on the screen, bro. You know, it's fucking sick, bro. I'm really enjoying it.
I need to get hold of that.
Daredevil Born Again. Yeah.
And to get hold of it. Well, yeah, no, I agree. Listen, I was gonna say, right? Obviously, this is Disney's Marvel's first kind of R-rated show or whatnot. It wasn't as R-rated as I thought it was. It wasn't as violent as the Netflix ones, but it was violent and whatnot. And this, bro, I know I've been a bit critical about some of the previous diverse and equity stuff that Disney's been throwing out there. But check this one out. You've got a Native American. She's deaf, so she speaks sign language, and she's an amputee. She hasn't got a leg. But check this out. Like, this is an example of them doing it fucking well because she's fucking badass and she's correct. She's surrounded and in a show surrounded by badass motherfuckers like Kingpin and Daredevil. And in Hawkeye, her introduction in Hawkeye was actually amazing. So there was, for me, I'm like, you done this right. And the way you done this story was way better than, you know, some of the MCU shows that they've done because obviously they take a different part. So this is for me, this is I think they've done this right. Like, she's badass. I have no think of like, oh, you're just forcing this diverse character on us. Like, I felt that in some of the other ones. In this one, I don't feel it because the whole show is awesome and she's just fucking badass. And the missus done some research on her. But you know, she wasn't an actor. Echo's her first ever acting gig, bro. And I think she was working in a warehouse, and her friends must have saw something about saying that they're looking for a Native American who's deaf. And then she was like, all right, I'll give it a chance. And she fucking did it, bro. And she's amazing at what she does. And she happens to be an amputee and freaking amazing, doing the stunts and learning the martial arts and everything. This woman's crazy. I should know her name, man. But she's freaking amazing. Listen, I don't want to spoil it for you, so I've got some criticisms about the show, but I'm not going to talk about it today. When you finish it, we'll do a proper review and whatnot, because I do have some.
Cool.
By the time I got to the end of it, I was like, but I'm not going to say nothing now.
Okay, cool.
But it's just my opinions on the show. But in general, to be honest with you, I'm like, finally, it was a good show that I could binge. I was looking forward to it. And honestly, you gave me I'm going to say it, you gave me one of my favorite characters in the Kingpin. I love his performance and I want to see more of him. So every time he was a part of the show, it was just exciting. It's just exciting to see him and his on-screen presence. But once you finish it, we'll give it a full-on review from both perspectives, because I got some other things that I want to say about it, but cannot say it now because it will spoil things.
All right, bro.
Cool. In regards to so that's anything else that did you watch anything? Anything else you want to mention that you watched?
Reacher. I've been watching Reacher.
I started that.
Love it. I love it. First season was amazing. I think it's a great character. It's a great TV show. They've I don't know, man. It's a good show. Like, I'm enjoying it. You know what I was saying the other day, like, and I think I was speaking to somebody about it, where I was saying, like, I say amazing to everything and I watch everything, and I've got to stop using the word amazing, because everything that comes out that's good content is great content. It's good. It's like good stuff to watch, and I shouldn't really call it content. It's art. We get to see art of martial arts, fighting, good stories, good visuals. You know, and visuals have just got even better, bro. You know, HD has changed the world completely. But bro, thoroughly enjoying Reacher. So that's one I'm watching. Started Echo. And that was it. That's all the time I had. I don't think I've had. I'm watching One Piece still, which I'm really enjoying, but I'm watching it in bits and pieces because of timing. And bro, you know what? I'm actually really enjoying Luffy's character.
Yeah.
And his optimism and the charisma he has and the way he goes on. The episode I just watched is where Zoro wanted to fight that guy with the sword, the big sword, bro, they translated anime really well, bro. I thoroughly am loving how it is, bro. So, no, really good.
Yeah, they make it really look really cool on screen. And Luffy, like I said, I'm generally attracted to that type of character, just a guy who wants to help people, who wants to do the right thing. I've always said this, I'm attracted to that. That's why I like Luffy or Captain America or whatnot, because they just want to help people. Cool, man.
Yeah,
nice.
Exactly. No, that was good. So other than that, that's it, bro.
All right, awesome. All right, well, let's move on to the next segment, which is MCU. So Daredevil Born Again. as it's been confirmed that first of all, the whole Netflix shows are all canon to the MCU. There was a bit of talk about, well, what does that say about Blade? Because Mahershala Ali played in Luke Cage, what's his name again? Which a cool fucking character, so Cottonmouth, or whatnot. But anyway, that doesn't matter, it's a part of that. But in Daredevil Born Again, Eldon Henson and Deborah Ann Wool will be returning as Foggy and Karen. Perfect. Like, that's what we want. They were awesome in that show. And if you're gonna make those shows canon, if Charlie Cox is Daredevil, then I'm glad that those two are back as well as Foggy and Karen. So awesome. That's all I had on the DC MCU. The next segment, Star Wars. There was some Star Wars news.
Awesome.
Mandalorian season 4 is been. We
Ooh.
spoke about this before, but it's been official that it's going to be a movie. So that's big.
No, so we're gonna get a TV show and a movie, bro.
Oh goddamn! Okay, they're giving us so much.
More Grogu and the Mandalorian.
But that's freaking awesome. You know, give us
Yeah.
more. The more you can give us, the better. And then more on Star Wars. Ahsoka season 2 is in development, which is, of course, what we want to see because that show was freaking awesome, and I think she was good. Okay.
No, that'd be awesome.
Moving on to the next segment, man. I know we're struck for time, so let's quickly go into the next segment. Other movie news, and we'll just go through this. So shout outs to William Dafoe, who got a Hollywood star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So shout outs to him, well deserved. The guy's been doing it since like Platoon and all the way up to Spider-Man, and just an amazing guy. So shout outs to him.
No, definitely.
They had the Golden Globes.
Yes.
Oppenheimer won like 5.
Boom, boom, boom.
Awards,
They're winning, bro.
director, actor, supporting actor, score, all this shit. So they smashed it.
They
There was
smashed
more. Yeah, there was loads more other awards. I can't remember off the top of my head.
No, they broke it down, bro. They broke it down really good. And even like with Christopher Nolan coming up and accepting it, and he goes like, you know, the last time he gave a shout out to Heath Ledger as well, which is emotional. He's been working with Cillian Murphy for 20 years, bro. You know, and that movie was amazing, bro. As I said, bro, absolutely amazing, so good.
Great movie.
Nolan, what you know, give creativity to the director, man. Give him the visuals, man. Give him a good story, and he'll bedazzle people. And then he did that, bro. This is a story about Oppenheimer. It's not like this is going to be an action fest. You know, it's the movie still made 1 billion, bro. That made 1 billion. Barbie made 1 billion. You know what I mean? Those are, and I think we are coming to that point where, you know, we want to see more original stuff. And, you know, we're getting it on TV. So if TV's being good, give us that in the movies as well. Like, let them be creative, man. Let them push that stuff out there. Studios, stop meddling, man. Fuck off.
I would love to see Nolan do like a Marvel movie, obviously involving time or something like that, but something serious, man. I think we mentioned this before, but him doing like a serious character, like I don't know, I'm losing off the top of my head. But yeah, shout outs to him anyway.
No, definitely.
Cool, moving on. Top Gun 3 had been announced. Listen, fucking Tom Cruise, that guy, another stunt man, and just does some crazy shit. Top Gun was so amazing. It just had this nostalgic feeling.
Definitely.
Simple, almost like an 80s vibe movie, but just so awesome. So Top Gun 3 is happening. Tom Cruise has
Signed up with Warner Brothers.
That's right. So he signed up with Warner Brothers to produce original and franchise films under a strategic partnership. So what does that mean? Like, it gives him complete direction, like having the studios give, like, what does that mean? Like, do you know what that means? And what sort
So basically, you know, where he had a deal with Paramount, so any movies that he makes it with Paramount and Skydance. Now he's moved that over to Warner Brothers. So, you know, he bounces around, bro, different studios. Because when he did The Last Samurai and his contract was with Warner Brothers at the time, he did a bunch of movies with Warner Brothers, you know. And he's now moving over. So he's gonna bring the monies, bro. And to be honest, they need it. I don't know about this acquisition that they're talking about, Paramount getting, you know, because Paramount is kind of losing at the moment. That Warner Brothers acquires them. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but we'll have to wait and see, man. But good on Tom, man. The guy's working hard, bro.
Always working hard. What a legend. Love him. All right, cool. How to Train Your Dragon, which has been a animation and whatnot. A live action adaptation looks set to have Gerard Butler once again take the role of Hiccup's father, Stiok and Vast. So I haven't seen this animation, so I don't know who these characters are. So who is the chief of the hairy hooligan Viking tribe. So if you've seen the movie, if you've seen the animation, you know what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is Gerard Butler, they're looking to get him in for the movie
Cool.
live action version. Cool. Scott Adkins, Iko Iwasi,
Boom.
and
Yes.
Yayan Ruhian, them brothers, them Indonesian brothers, they're looking to have, there's a movie that they're starring in, a sci-fi action movie called Warpath coming true. It's coming
Cool.
soon. So those guys, I mean, it might be some sort of sci-fi martial art things. Of course, it's going to be martial art with them. So it's pretty awesome. Them guys getting together. In development, Nobody 2, starring Bob Odenkirk.
Odenkirk. Yeah.
Odenkirk,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. The first one was amazing. Now, one thing with that, do not expose anything about his previous life. That's just me. Because the movie works because I don't know nothing about him. Just continue with that. Yes, we know a bit about his dad, his stepbrother. Continue, leave it as that. We don't need to know his military background and what he was and what he did. Bro, just kick up some people and kill them, man. Become the predator. You know what I mean? That's all. I don't need the origins of it.
That's awesome. I mean, yeah, I agree. The first one did that, so hopefully they do the same with this one. Just give us another adventure, if you want to call it, or another story about him fucking up some dudes. Cool. Danny Boyle and Alex Garland, Gallard, are reuniting after 28 years. 28 years later, and they hope it will be starting a new trilogy. So the first movies were great, 28 days, 28 weeks. Is it 28 weeks? Yeah. And then now look at the 28 years. So anyway, that was a great movie. It had a great soundtrack as well. Very intense
Very intense,
zombie type movie. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, cool. If you was a fan or if you've never seen This Is Us, and I watched it, me and the missus watched it, great freaking show. All of the seasons and episodes is coming out on Netflix. So if you ever were interested in watching it, check it out. It was pretty awesome. Cool. I wanted to quickly touch on this before we finish off with some gaming and some retro movie report. I spoke about it a little bit on WhatsApp with the boys, with you and Ash, sorry. Character building in movies. Now, listen, man, I think, in my opinion, the character building of I'm going to the MCU, Captain America and Iron Man, I think is some of the best character building in cinema history. And I don't think that gets the praise that it does in cinema of the character building. Now, listen, a storyteller, I don't know nothing about storyteller and directing a movie or whatnot, but I'm assuming it's hard to, in a 2-hour movie, say 2-hour movie, you have to introduce us to a character. You have to build that character and immediately make him relatable or her relatable, likable, whatever. So you're already invested in the character. Tell us a story or this journey that this character's going through. And by the end of that movie, whether the character lives, dies, happy ending, whatever it is, you want to feel some sort of emotion towards that character. You want to feel like you built that character so well that I feel emotion towards this character, whatever happened. Scarface comes to mind, which I think is a great example, right? Here's an example of a character that they introduced to us to. He's a bad guy. This is fact. He's a bad guy. But they built his character so well where in some crazy way, he is relatable. To this day, people imitate the way he talks. People talk about Scarface. They built him up in this movie. They showed his journey. They show how he made it from just being a political refugee from Cuba to the end where he gets killed. And he was a bad guy, but you were almost in some ways rooting for him because he was so freaking cool, right? So they done a great job there. But I wanted to touch on Captain America and even Iron Man. They done a great, after with 10 years, I think they've done an amazing job to build up those characters up to the point when Endgames happened. Man, I am not ready. I was not ready to let those characters
let them go. Yeah, no, definitely. Because we got so attached to them because it gave them time to breathe. And I think that's where the MCU kind of suffered this time around because they didn't give characters time to breathe. But listen, they had the time, they had those challenges that they can do that stuff, you know what I mean? And like Ash put that video up and I watched it like 3 or 4 times, bro. I got emotional. The soundtrack was good and the way they put it together. You just, you know, when he talks about moving on and not even listening to himself about moving on, you know, my guy went back in time to live a bit of what Tony got. You know what I mean? I love that, bro. I love that. A Man Out of Time, bro. Absolutely beautiful story, beautiful character. I think Chris Evans absolutely smashed it. I'm glad he did the role. And the same thing with Robert Downey. You know, I've been watching a lot of his interviews recently because he's going around. He's been winning quite a lot of awards. But that interview with him and Mark Ruffalo, man, two creative friends bouncing off each other, great energy and praising each other, and you know, talking about the hardships and things like that. It's like watching us talk, watching best friends talk. You know, when we sit there and we laugh about shit. You know, it was amazing to see that sort of relationship. So. No, good on them, man. Great characters, bro. Great characters. I miss them. I actually genuinely miss seeing them on the screen and seeing them in
I
What
do.
If. The resemblance is good, but yeah, moving forward, yeah, definitely, I do miss them as characters.
Definitely, man. I think in the whole MCU, I have to say those two are the best character buildings throughout the whole MCU series. I think Thor had a good one, but I think it's kind of slipped. I think there's a lot more potential with Hulk, but it's going to be iffy. But those two specifically has been amazing. Right now, the character building that I'm loving, I have to say, especially because it's now canon, is Kingpin, in my opinion. But I just
Okay.
wanted to touch on that. I just wanted to touch on character building in movies, and I did want to give a shout out to Captain America, Chris Evans, and Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. in the MCU. And of course, there's millions of movies out there where character building has been amazing. You know, Last Samurai and Scarface and loads of other ones, right? So I'm not discouraging them. I just wanted to give a shout out to them. And obviously, these days, with the TV shows, you're able to give so much more character building within TV shows. You have a longer platform to do that. So it's so important, and I can imagine how hard it is in the movie. But you know, shout outs to character building and story writers and whatnot to make that connection between us. Cool. Moving on to the next segment, real quick. Video games. I started playing God of War Valhalla. Freaking amazing. Listen, man, I love that game. I love that character. And basically, I don't want to spoil it, but Valhalla basically is taking us back to Kratos's past and some of the
Okay.
ruthless shit that he did and how he's trying to make peace with it, basically, in some way. Amazing. So I'm enjoying that. On that note, God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn TV series gets a major update from Sony. So they're still looking to make the TV show. I think the major update was the story or whatnot, or the writers or whatnot, that they're finished the script or they're working on it or whatnot. So anyway, they're gonna do that show good. That character's so amazing, you can't fuck that up.
No, of
I'll be
course,
very
you got
disappointed if they did.
cool.
Cool. All right, let's finish off with one of my favorite segment. I think retro movie review. And this week, because I was on a Jackie Chan hype, Wheels on Mills, 1984. That one I had to watch. Just because you played the tune when we were at home, so it was stuck in my head. Bro, first of all, the original version that I watched was the Cantonese version. It doesn't have that tune, you know. It doesn't have that tune, so
No,
I
yeah.
missed that. So I actually, in some weird way, in this specific movie, preferred the dubbed version because it's actually funny and it has the tune, and so I prefer the dubbed version. But this movie, I think it was directed by Sammo Hung. But just some of the things in this movie is, first of all, the fight scenes are obviously amazing and creative with these guys. When they were in their element, and I'm gonna watch more those three together. The fight scenes that they did was amazing. We got introduced to Benny the Jet, who was a legit kickboxer and whatnot, in this movie, and he was awesome in it too.
That's right.
What I loved about this movie was just some of the advancements, man. I mean, I remember the Wheels on Mills, the van that they had. Man, I remember watching that back in the day, thinking this is the coolest shit in the world. Man, you see them opening the doors with a push of a button. You see this animation. It's so basic, but back in the days, it was like ahead of its time. The animation of the van and the different doors opening and they're setting up their restaurant or whatnot, which was awesome. It was so cool. I was laughing at some of the dialogue that was used in it, because when he was ordering, you know, remember the scene when they're in the courtyard or whatever, and he's just skateboarding around getting everyone's orders. Everyone's calling him Chinaman, Chinaman. I'm like, you can't say this shit these days, man. That's fucking like very inappropriate and whatnot. But that was 1984 and whatnot. The fight scenes, man, just so cool. The little monologue they have with the girl, like it's so 80s, but it's so cool. It works, you know what I'm trying to say? Him riding the skateboard and all that sort of stuff. Like, again, there's something about that where it's like, oh man, when I was young, I was like, oh man, that's so fucking cool. I wish I could do stuff like that. The training sequence in the morning, just
I love that.
everything about it.
I love
Yeah,
that.
the wooden
I love
dummy
that.
and
Like,
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like he's really good when he's on the wooden dummy, and he shows that in Rumble in the Bronx, but they don't fully show it because he kind of like leave it
Lazy guy
in
in
that
this one,
yeah,
yeah.
lazy guy. But like, but I still can't get over how good the fight choreography is in this movie. To this day, it stands so well, bro. Each punch, each move, each block, each getting beats, camera angles. They really put their time into it, and to get to see these three brothers working their magic skills, bro. I'm telling you, bro, it's just absolutely amazing. Like, I think they've got some of the best comedy. They're like the Three Stooges of martial arts, bro.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
that's a
That's exactly what
great,
they did.
oh my God, that's a
Yeah.
great comparison. Yeah,
They are
bro.
the Three Stooges of martial art movies, bro. I'm telling you, bro. And the time and effort they put into that film, and that it still stands. It's cheesy, but you don't see. They're still like, even when they're in the car and they're in the chase and they do that fucking jump from the bridge, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, they like had exciting. Hong Kong cinema has inspired Hollywood cinema dramatically. You wouldn't get that, and then you go back and you look at Speed, and you're kind of like, oh, that scene when the bus jumps, that reminds me of Wheels and Mills.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
And
telling you, bro.
that van from Wheels on Mills don't get credit, man. That's like a A-team van. That's like a Knight Rider car. You know what I mean? Like, to me, like it's one of those legendary vans,
I
bro.
want I want the toy. I want the toy. Golden Harvest. If you guys ever listen, I've seen you share our quotes on your Facebook page. Please, please make a toy model of Wheels and Mills van. I will have that displayed, man. I love that. That'd be absolutely amazing. And then the other guys as well. Get the guy who got shot in the dick toy back in stock, man. I need to get it.
Oh God, that was jokes. The World Cup one, absolutely hilarious.
But yeah, a great movie. Great fighting I can't even say it, choreography. It's one of Jackie Sumo and Yumbu's best movies. Like, it's one, and I think it's hold dear to us. We watched it 1,000 times as kids as well.
I was still
We can
able to
we
watch it without like, oh, this is boring on forward this. I was just like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, I love it, man. It's
Yeah,
so fun. Look, I think I'm gonna be on a Jackie Chan marathon. I know there's so many classic movies to watch, but those movies specifically, Dragons Forever, like when them three are together, there's such a special element. The Three Stooges reference is so
it is,
accurate
bro.
with those
They are.
three. Yeah.
They are those three. Because as I grew, like, as I've grown older and as I've watched those clips, and I'm like, oh my God, like, they are exactly imitating the Three Stooges, but in martial arts form. Even the comedy, even how slapstick the comedy is in that. How they punch each other and beat each other. I love that shit, bro. I'm telling you that. I mean, that's from Dragons Forever. There's a scene where they're beating each other up, slapping each other. That's Three
That's Three
Stooges, bro,
Stooges.
all over.
Yes.
But they've
Yes.
added their take on it with the martial arts, which plays a really big part to it.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Oh
No,
man, such
great
a
movie.
fun movie, man.
Guys
That
haven't
soundtrack,
seen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Google the soundtrack or something, because that soundtrack is so cool. Like I said, in the original Cantonese version, it doesn't have this. It has a very soft sort of tune. And I'm like, yeah, I like that, but I like the dubbed version. I don't know what that soundtrack is, but that's awesome, but it just has a different vibe to it.
No, definitely. Great one. Great movie on the list.
Yeah. I
Great
might
film.
put the
If you guys haven't
soundtrack.
seen it, check it out.
Yeah, I'll put the soundtrack in this clip or something. I don't know if that's going to get
Yeah, you can do it. It should be fine. Should be
yeah,
fine.
I might do it like just background in the background sort of tune.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool, man. Awesome. Cool. Well, that was it. That was it for this week's retro movie. That was Wheels on Mills 1984. Check it out, guys. If you haven't seen it, if you're a Jackie Chan fan, Sammo Hung Young-bu, you have to watch that movie. Great movie. Well, I have to say, like, shout out to that girl Sylvia, man. She was fine, bro, from 1984. She's fine, bro. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
Hey, bro, is this what? No, that was Dragons Forever, where someone came and it was like, speaking to Yoon Bu, are you okay? And he was like, I have a headache.
Yeah, no, that was Dragon Forever. Cool. All right, awesome, bro. That was it. That was it, man, guys. Like, that's the end of the show. Appreciate all you guys. Kibla, I was saying, like, do you know what's been good? I think, we all got our own different roles, and the families get, like, actors getting involved with one action involved. Look, I'm in charge of the podcast and the clips, and I'd love for you to just give me a little intro for the podcast clip, like the Brothers Geek Out. clips or something like that, something small. I think what you're doing is great, like obviously with the work that you're doing with the interviews and the screenings. But breaking news, I think if you could do, when there's breaking news, like just keep doing shorts of those breaking news and your kind of reaction to those. I think those are great for you to kind of do as
we'll
well.
do. Definitely,
I'll
definitely.
continue
I
to
love
do
it.
the trailer reaction. I just done a reaction for Space. Is it called Space with Adam Sandler?
Spaceman.
Spaceman.
Yeah, Spaceman.
I'll upload, so I'll continue to do as many trailer reactions as possible, and obviously we want to try and get Ash more on the gaming side of things. But guys, again, always thank you for the love. The growth in the last month has been ridiculous, bro. It's been amazing. Especially, I'm talking about from a YouTube perspective, but I think that's gone around everywhere. Thank you so much, everyone who has subscribed. Appreciate you. Do subscribe and like and all that good stuff if you do enjoy the content. I remember a quote that someone said, man. Someone made a comment aside saying the Brothers Geek Out podcast, that my go-to place for pop culture news. And I was like, that's amazing that we're that person's go-to place. That's what I'm saying. Like, with breaking news, Kibbs, you give those reactions, and we're going to keep giving you this podcast. We're going to give you clips to give you, short little segments and get our perspective on different things, and reviews on things. And yeah, man, fucking love to everyone. Mad love.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that mad love, guys. Mad love. We'll catch you guys up on the next show. One love.
All right, we out. Peace.